I did was pretty popular was designing the wingtips for the Quickie. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial then on different ways you can do your winglets in Fusion 360. So just to save a little bit of time, I've started with a generic airfoil shape here. It's nothing in particular, and I'm going to show you how we can go about doing some winglets. So first things first, I will do the sweep, and to do so I'm just going to make a plane that gets inside the wing here. I want 9, and then I'm going to make a sketch on there. So often when you're doing this bit, you'll be working from perhaps plans, but if you're going by eye as well, that's fine. So we need to make sure that the line intersects the wing, or the profile of the wing. These are going to be our sweep lines, and doesn't need to be any particular size, but this one is just going to be a straight wing. And I just need to make sure that I go through this at a point where it actually intersects. I've probably done my line a little bit high. Would have been better off. Sorry, my profile a bit high. Would have been better off doing a profile lower down. But it should work anyway. There we go. So we referenced the piece there, and it gave me the line just to go to the end. So using that, I'm going to see if we can sweep out the wing, and we'll finish the sketch. Create, sweep, profile. We want path and guide rail, and we'll pick that one as the path, that one as the guide rail. Great. And then our wing goes to the end. Super. And all those bits look good. Alright, there we go. So the next thing to do then is to put in the sweep lines that we're going to make for the winglet. Now you could do this all at once, so you could make it one line, but sometimes if you do it this way, you've got more chance of playing with the winglet while the wing stays the same. So I'm going to go and construct another plane. I just want this one to be maybe 8, maybe 7. I just want it to have points where I can intersect on the sketch. Trying to find it now is going to be a bit of a pain. Maybe that one. Just gonna have a look. It's just the sketch. Yeah, it does. All right. Actually, instead of using a new sketch, we can use the old sketch. Here we go. And edit sketch. Okay. So different types of winglet. Let's just go for a kind of 737 style winglet. I don't want to do that on a new line. Okay. And like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to move the pieces. Now this might not work on this line because I've not given it any points to bend up through, so we'll start with this bit first. Oh. There we go. For some reason the arrows are down there. Okay. And then, oh, sorry. Sketch objects, that one. Don't want two, I just want the one. Here we go. Okay. And we'll do the same again. Oh. Just want to get hold of the point. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. So we're seeing as we move it that we might need to go back and move the other one as well. Alright, cool. And then let's see how this bit moves as well. Yeah, I thought so. So, in the spirit of experimentation, what happens if we just sweep with just a path on this path? Make a new body. Yeah, so it doesn't basically size properly. So we're going to go back, we're going to edit this sketch. And yeah, I can see what I've done. It's a bit rubbish. Just chop that end line. There we go. Now we're going to make the same process with this one. Probably got a bit of a head start on this one in that we can see where we're going with it. But it's always good to look from the right. Okay. So now we go back, we do the sweep. As you can see, this time we've got path and guide rail. There we have it. I'll do a new body, and that means that the winglet is a of it. Simple way of doing it, but obviously at the moment it doesn't look particularly special. But what we can do is go back into the sketch, edit the sketch, and you can add some bits. So, well, I think you can add some bits, yeah. So let's add on a couple more. Oh, no. Just trying to highlight just the bits we want. Okay, that's probably going to be a little bit wacky. So that's the problem right now, is that we're zooming in and the arrow is too far away. sort of key point here is that I'm moving not the line like that, I'm moving the control points, if you like. Now there's a limit to how far you can go with a sweep. You know, anything that's too complicated in terms of a curve, it's going to struggle with. So it looks like it's having a problem getting all the way here. See, the path is not smooth. Sometimes you can get over the problems using full extents. That means you can choose which way, how far you go. I think the issue with the path though is at the dots down here. So I'm gonna go back even pre this bit. Back to before we even move those bits. And we'll just do something here. Oh no, wrong one, sorry. There we go. And I want to select, this is the one that we hadn't got sorted quite right. So often when you're choosing how many control points to put in, you want to match up at least to a certain degree where the bends are going to be, and the first one you've got there, that one's going to go there, and you'll see why. Just like to come down a little bit like that. Okay. So now when we come to do the moving, you could think about moving them in pairs. Yep. This one doesn't have a pair, so we'll move that one on its own. These two are in pairs. Need a little bit of fiddling there. Another pair. Okay. And I'd say this one needs to move. You can do sort of a more freer move as well, using that. Depends if you want to keep it on a particular plane. In that case, using the translate is the way forward. But like with this part here, where I'm trying to get a general shape to the line. I'm going to do the same with the final bit here. Let's try that again with the sweep. Now with this one, I suspect it won't go full extents to start with because it's too far along at the top there. Oh no, we've got the path is not smooth problem. Where is the path not smooth? Okay, cancel that. Go back to our first sweep, edit the feature. Okay. Sweep. So we can find out where the issue with the path lies. So it looks like it lies with this piece here. As soon as we go beyond it, we get the path is not smooth. What you can do though is drive it up to that bit. I've left it as a join there. What I might just do is go back and make it a new body. And then you can continue. This is our slightly wacky winglet tip. Now, of course, if you move these winglet bits over, in fact, let's do it. Well, I moved the whole line there, haven't I? That's what I want to do. Anyhow, so the point I'm trying to show you is that by moving the lines over, you can tilt the profile around. So we're left with the airfoil profile on the back here. Now it's possible if you're using a thicker or a funny shaped airfoil that on the winglet you just want a symmetrical profile. If that's the case, you're going to need to use a different process. So let's just get rid of our first winglet and we can hide our sketch. And this time we're going to need to do something slightly different. So I'm going to start with an offset plane. And I'm going to do a sketch. And this time what I'm going to do is sketch a symmetrical I'm going to go from here to here with a construction line. I don't want that one to be a construction line, I want that one to be a normal line. Okay, and then we're just gonna give it a little edit. Perfect. Oh. Push the wrong button. airfoil. This time you'd want to use a loft. So if you want to turn one shape into another, it's all about using the loft. It's a really powerful tool, but often you do get unexpected consequences. So there it's given us a sharp winglet, so A330 style at the moment. If we extended that on, made it go a little bit higher. However, you can, if you wish, change the shape by telling it that you want it to start as a tangent from the preceding shape. So there you go. And if we did the same on this one, we could get a smooth kind of transition. But it does mean that we've ended up going from an airfoil to a more symmetrical shape on the top there. So if we then wanted to go further, we'll do a new body again. And we didn't just want it to come up, we wanted it to go in an entirely different direction. We can make the same moves again. We can build another. It's a bit harder. Build another construction plane and then put a sketch on it. What I was going to say is it's a bit harder doing this sort of, off the top of your head rather than, actually trying to build something maybe that already exists, or you're copying from a plan. But I hope nevertheless you can get the picture anyway. So I just pushed X there to take me out of the construction thing. Just come in, I want to make sure that's flat. There we go. Awesome. Do any shape you like there. I've done it again. I've clicked finish when I'm not finished. Mirror, that one. That one. Okay. And then you can do the same process again. So obviously that is the one where it goes straight on. We could go tangent. And then with the tangent, you can change the tangency weight. So 1 means it has the full weight. I don't know. Let's get back into edit. Press the wrong button again. Tangent, there we go. Can we make it bigger number? Yep, so we can have bigger number, and then it basically starts the it's called the takeoff weight on some of the other functions. There's tangency weight when we're working on tangent here. Curvature is very similar, but you get slightly different shapes. I can't tell you the technical difference between them. All sorts of weird and wacky shapes. You can also change it to numbers below 1 being not connected at all, and then 0.1 being sort of gently connected. And again, like we did on the previous one, we can also add a direction in, so it keeps a direction off of this piece, and we can change the size of that takeoff weight. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. There it is, takeoff weight. That's kind of the equivalent of the tangency weight. But there we go, so we can get these complex shapes on the end of your wing. You can use the same process with that we kind of used earlier. I'm going to try and put a sketch on here. I suppose the other type of winglet that you see would be like the 777, the 787 winglet. can't see it, that's why it's on 2. Okay. The way to create that sort of winglet would again be the sweep method. There you go. So that would be the kind of thing. Obviously you can put the lines closer together and you get more of a point going on at the back. Those are the 2 methods I would use to create my winglets. I would use a combination or individually the sweep and the loft method. And of course there's no reason to say the winglet has to go up. Sometimes the winglet goes down. You can do sharp ones as if you had on a Learjet or something like that, or you can do the smooth blended winglet. And maybe what might be interesting is if this is useful for people, we could do a fusion lesson where we try and model the 737 scimitar winglet, the split winglet. That's pretty cool looking winglet. But I hope I've given you some ideas. I know these ones aren't particularly pretty. I'm just trying to demonstrate the various methods that you can use to create some winglets, although that winglet is pretty badass. I think we'll leave it.